from the tropical shores of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, this is Drinks with Mark and Rich. On today's show, the guys cover Edward Snowden, Paula Deen, and hipsters. And now, here they are, a little bit country and a little bit rock and roll.
Okay. Welcome to the first installment of the Mark and Rich Show. It's Rich and Mark.
Hey, how you doing?
That's Mark. I'm Rich. It's a podcast of probably the last two real men in Tulsa.
Maybe straight.
In save Oklahoma. You don't believe it? Fight us. If you have any questions or comments, please see our website, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if it's going to appear across screen. Let's pretend it is. It's right there.
Right. This.
Is it up here?
Go there.
Is it here? Where am I?
Oh, look, now it's over here.
Okay. Is it there? Okay. So what we're basically going to do is we're going to start in a couple topics that could range from music, movies, things that we like, and a lot of stuff that we really hate. So enjoy. You want to do the first topic here?
A lot of hatred. This is how we're going to pick our topics. We've got a tiny little box.
It's the last fair way of determining anything in America. Get a box.
And we have hipster movement.
Oh, the hipster movement. Okay. Mark, are you familiar with the hipster movement at all?
I may be and just don't know that it's called the hipster movement.
It's the people that you would see typically doing it are guys with ironic mustaches are from around the turn of the 19th century.
Okay.
They're kids in their 20s. Usually come from a decent background. They're rebelling against their parents. This is what I'm going to wear, a $2 ripped up T-shirt.
Yeah.
And they always have one pant leg of their skinny jeans rolled up.
Skinny jeans.
Skinny jeans is a big part of it.
Yuck. I think I'm just mad at him because I can't fit into skinny jeans.
That's at the basis of this. Is what this segment is actually brought to you by Brown Party Liquor. So a lot of what I'm saying is because I'm drunk.
My sweatpants look like skinny jeans.
The hipster movement. The hipster movement. It's basically an "I'm cooler than you" movement. Mm-hmm. Anytime you think something is cool, they'll say, "Oh, that's derivative of something else. I like this more."
Dorks with something to prove.
There you go.
Okay.
And I really wouldn't have any problem with it if they were tough. I think you and I have always talked the way we talk. I mean, and it's a lot like the way we handle people. We talk to people like, "Fuck you, that's gay," whatever. When somebody says, "Oh, I really like this band," you're like, "Fucking gay," whatever. I tell you a band you should listen to, this band, whatever. Oh, I like this movie. I'm like, fucking gay. You ever seen the original Star Trek? That's a fucking kick-ass movie. But we talk to people because at
we
any
can
time,
back it up.
Right? If you were really upset about it,
Yeah.
And you wanted to get up in our face, like, okay, well, fuck you then. I guess I'll take a break from what I'm doing. I'll leave these girls behind right now to fuck you up. That's
Hold
fine.
my beer.
And the hipster movement, I guess that's my biggest thing is that they're just little, skinny little kids.
They're just playing.
Right.
Like a stage play. They're drama nerds. Maybe.
Right. There was an incident not too long ago. I was at a little bar here in town. I'll actually leave it out of the discussion, but I went in, and it was actually it was not my bar of choice. It is a hipster bar. I went in to meet somebody there, and I was wearing a fucking Motley Crue T-shirt. Right. It was Too Fast for Love.
I need that back, by the way.
You left it on the floor, dude. It's mine. That's the rules. You know that. It goes in my little trunk. And so I come in wearing this fucking Too Fast for Love shirt. These two guys were at the bar. One guy they were both wearing glasses. They both had longer beards. And they had something about Bike Tulsa. I don't know, fucking shirts.
Were they wearing like the striped swimsuits?
Yeah, one guy looked like a French sailor.
Yeah. With the big barbells, the big round weights.
He had a beret with a small red ribbon on the side. No, they weren't that hipster.
Okay.
But
not tough enough to
they were having a super important discussion about something I don't give a shit about, and the earth or the environment or something I don't fucking care about. Anyway, And I mean, just pretty intense. I mean, just one guy talking, the other guy was like, "Oh, dude, no, what you don't understand." It was one of those. What you don't know, no, you don't understand. No, you don't understand. Have you read this? Have you read this? Well, have you read this? That kind of shit. And I really wasn't even paying attention. Again, I was there to meet somebody else, and I go sit down. As I pass them, right, this is something that I would never do. Especially, I'm like, when you go into a bar for the first time, I rarely don't talk. I don't talk to anybody. You know, I don't know you. You know, fucking, and you know, that's what my mom always taught me to.
Yeah.
You want to stay out of trouble, keep your fucking mouth shut. Don't start a conversation with somebody you don't know. Anyway, so these guys immediately, one guy just breaks right out of this intense conversation they're having, looks at me and he's like, "This is exactly what the fuck I'm talking about." He says to his friend. He's pointing at my shirt. I'm looking at his finger and pointing at me. He's like,
break it off.
I really want to like fucking 3 o'clock high, baby. And he goes, fucking name me 3 songs off that album. And I was kind of taken aback. I think maybe he interpreted it as he was so fucking fast on his feet that I'm now intimidated, and then I'm going to go cowering back to my side of town or something, whatever. But I was just really shocked that I'm a pretty big person. You know, I wouldn't call me out, but he just, I mean, pointing straight at me, breaking every rule in the book about getting into trouble. Skinny little kid. And he goes like, name 3 fucking songs off that album. And I'm looking at him, you know, and he's like, see, and he turns to his friend, and he's like, that's exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. And now he's pointing with his thumb. He's side pointing me over here with his thumb. And I was like, what are you, the fucking T-shirt police? Don't ever fucking talk to me again. They're like, oh, calm down, buddy. It's just, you know. I'm like, no. Don't, you know.
Don't invite me to a party and call it off, bitch.
Don't call me out in the middle of, you know, especially when there's girls around. You know, I'm going to get upset about shit. Anyway, I guess that's that and the bikes. The bikes is a big part of it.
Bicycles?
Bicycles, yes,
Okay.
not motorcycles.
Okay. Like Muppets Take Manhattan kind of shit.
What you and I rode when we were 12. I'm nothing against health. You know, if you want to improve yourself, I have no problem with that. I'm not currently doing that, but it's fine. I don't care. But the bicycle thing gets on my nerves because I don't like. There is part of it where that's something I did when I was 12, and riding around on bikes, you know, when in traffic, when you don't properly do it, I think it endangers everybody.
Yeah.
And when you're cutting in and out of traffic on your bike, you know, and then you turn around and give me the finger, you know, again, you're doing that thing where
that's pretty.
That's
self-important,
right? And that's pretty ballsy. If you know, if I didn't want to go get drunk so bad, I would get the fuck out of this car and I would stomp you into that gutter right there.
And take your dumb bike.
This is mine. I own this now. And I know it's like when I describe these things, it's dangerously close to like a Revenge of the Nerds thing where I'm
let's go fuck up some smart kids.
But it kind of is. Is it wrong that I rooted for those guys on that movie? I don't care about fucking computers.
Where is William Zabka these days?
Which one is that?
That's the Karate Kid's nemesis.
Oh, he's awesome. He was so good in everything he did.
Him and Kreese.
Yeah.
Kreese was the instructor.
Wasn't there a movie where, like, not only was he was his Karate Kid persona bully, which I think that was like his thing in a lot of movies he did. But he didn't just go as far as wear fingerless gloves too, and just
one of the guys.
Just one of the guys.
And the Rodney Dangerfield movie where he was the diver. Rodney Dangerfield did the triple Lindy at the end.
Oh, Back to School.
Back to School.
Yeah, he was in that too.
Yeah.
Man, it's been forever since I've seen that movie.
Well, that might lead to our next segment.
What's our
ruling on that one? I agree. I ride a bicycle, but I'm not around other people.
I want as few people to see me riding this bicycle as possible. It's
I do mine in the morning. I do it for me, not so everyone else can see me
Right.
doing it, which is kind of what these assholes do.
Exactly. That's my point. And plus, I don't know. I mean, if you're out at the bars and it just stinks, and I don't know, there's just a real air of self-importance I just don't care for.
I think that's what it is.
And I think you and I also have a real air of self-importance, but it's been
earned,
definitely, cultivated
by and groomed.
Right, doing the wrong thing and talking to the wrong people.
Yeah.
And the last thing is, you know, there's if I may speak one last thing, there is. You live on this side of town. We're actually broadcasting from South Tulsa right now, or southeast,
may as well.
Broken Arrow, sure. And of course, I live downtown, and there is a huge divide in the type of people. Like you really don't have a whole lot of exposure to them.
Not anymore. Yeah.
Right. Whereas I see them on a daily basis. But when you come out here to South Tulsa, there is a completely different clientele, if you were, at the shops and bars and restaurants. And it's what the people downtown would say, oh, that's the douchebag set. They're from South Tulsa. Those are
the snotty.
Right. Those are douchebags. And to some degree, I agree. You're wearing spangled and bangled jeans, and you got crucifixes on everything you wear. It is the other end of the spectrum. But I mean, I'm not that quick to make fun of those people, especially they're not the end all be all for me. They are the end all be all for the hipster movement. But I'm less apt to talk shit about those people, because I tell you what, you can talk all the shit you want, about the kind of car somebody drives or the kind of music that they listen to. At least the people that they're talking about, the South Tulsa people with bedazzled jeans and affliction, where those people know exactly who the fuck they are. They have no questions about wearing ironic mustache. They like those terrible clothes that you and I would never be caught dead in. But I'll tell you what, man, you make fun of them to their face about that shit, you're in for an ass whooping. You're gonna get your ass stomped in.
Yeah.
It's very easy when you go downtown now to see, these kids have surrounded themselves with other like people and whatnot, and there's just not a lot of other bars where you see a lot of people outside of super skinny jeans, this, that, the other. And I live and work downtown. I do not fit into that category, but it is very funny for them to talk about them. Like we can talk about that here downtown all you want, but you would never go to, say, Baker Street and talk the way you would. You'd get your ass fucking stomped, because they may be fucking meatheads.
Yeah.
But man, there's one thing meatheads are good at: just trashing people,
thumping nerds,
beating people up in front of their girlfriends. Yeah, and again, I'm not taking their side either, but those people will come to your bar and they will make fun of you in front of your face. Nice jeans, nice mustache, queer. You won't go to Baker Street. They'll come downtown and do that.
Yeah.
And you'll make you'll raise an uproar. You don't belong on this side of town or whatever. You will never go to Baker Street and do the exact opposite. You won't make fun of them. Anyway, that's kind of what our background, I guess. I never get that. It's like it kind of leads into that whole thing about the anonymous insults on Facebook or any other social media site. It's so easy to make fun of people you will never see face to face. Anyway.
Exactly. Just kind of chicken shit. You're wearing a costume.
Sure.
Get over yourself.
Sure.
It's. I'm not familiar with the hipster movement because I haven't been behind a bar in 10 or 15 years. But
also, you're cool.
It was the same. It was the same thing back then too. They just had, I think, different costumes.
Sure.
They were the same personalities.
Like the people who come to a bar with a book. What are you doing?
That's when we would fuck up smart kids.
What you trying to read for, smart kid?
Oh, is this your book? Let me see that.
All right. Should we go to another topic?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's see.
Go for it. I'm ready.
Do you need a beverage while I'm digging?
Yeah. How about you do that?
There we go.
Teamwork. What do you think?
Teamwork.
Takes crumple this one up.
Teamwork to make the dream work, baby.
Who said that?
Usher, I think.
He's brilliant.
He is.
Ooh, that's Edward Snowden.
Edward Snowden. He's right now. Is he still in Russia at the airport?
Vladimir Putin said that he, as far as he knows, he has not actually entered the Russian side of the airport. He's still in processing. He hasn't. He's still over by the gift store.
Okay.
It's like that. What's that damn movie? The Terminal.
Yeah.
He's
Tom Hanks.
He's pulling a Tom Hanks in the Terminal. But he said that whatever. He said he's free to go once he gets everything processed. They have no plans on extraditing him.
Really?
Yeah.
Putin said that.
Yep.
Well,
that's a man who stole what's the guy, George? Yeah, I don't know if we can look this up anywhere. He stole that one of the presidents of the New England Patriots. He stole a Super Bowl ring. So that
Yes,
guy,
I saw
he
that
has
last
no
week.
respect
Yes.
for American values.
What a fucking douchebag. There's your douchebag, hipsters. Hate on that guy. Because you know you'll never meet him face to face.
No, and I heard what was the most inflammatory thing, that it's he didn't just have it, like in a pair of pants. It wasn't like an accident. It's not like, oh shit, those are my pants. I wore those one pants at that party. So let me go check these pants, and I'll give you your
He
fucking ring.
threw it
back.
on his hand and walked off.
It's in a nice display box in the Kremlin. That's what I. Edward Snowden. I get it. I get why he did it.
Really?
It's at least his claims is that he did it because the American people need to know, that this happens to you. I don't think it's anything that we personally didn't think happened.
It's not news. The news is that he tattled, I guess.
He tattled. I never really wanted to be one of those people that agrees with Dick Cheney or Dick Cheney types, but I kind of agree with him. This is not, who's the English guy from WikiLeaks? Julian
Assange?
Yes.
Something like that?
Yeah. I really think he made it fashionable for people to
Sucker punch.
Yeah.
And run off.
Right. And
is basically what
right.
they're doing.
I really do believe this is like a 15 minutes of fame thing. I don't want to get ultra American here and get caught up in a string of jingoism, but I really do think that's we're past that point now in like government workers. Like even when I was in the Army, you had to pass certain tests and you had to have a background check and you had to take an oath that says, whatever happens. I had a top secret security clearance, and nothing was ever going to be passed my way that I could have done the same thing.
Yeah.
But they just wanted to make sure. Hey, look, if anything, if we pass you anything, can you just shut up? That was your duty. And now we're to a day and age where I don't know, man. It just really seems like nobody takes the word just honor and duty the same way.
Nobody does. They're a bunch of.
I'd rather just be famous.
Yeah. Make a sex tape. Do that instead of selling. It worked for the Kardashians.
That's what my parents are doing.
That's a good story for another show.
Famous. Yeah, it's just like we were talking about earlier. We have several dissidents in jail now who people have spoke their mind. They knew what the consequences were, and they were willing to go to jail to make a point. Yeah. And I think it was Cesar Chavez is one of the big ones. It's just there's a bunch of other. You could do this through editing. Like I'll just go like this, and you just, fill in the names of like all the people who were the Native American. Dissidents.
Leonard Peltier.
Yeah. They knew.
Do that. Move your mouth. Leonard Peltier.
They knew the consequences.
And he didn't do anything. Honestly, he took the rap, or at least one of the things that I'm going to screw this up. I don't know.
This is
the guy's name.
Yeah.
But supposedly the masked man, the man in black that actually did the killings that Peltier's in jail for, came out and said that he did it or he knew who did it. And really they're saying, if you're going to say you did it, fucking say you did it and do your time, man up. Oh,
right.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
That's how we do things in America.
Yeah.
It's not, I mean, if that is indeed your goal, that you want to expose injustice in America, then that's kind of thing. You become a martyr.
Yeah.
You go to jail for your cause.
Yeah. How just is it for you to tattle and run away and hide?
Tattle, make money on interviews.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Book deals, whatever else you got coming.
Right. And go hide out in Macau. Where was he before? He was in Hong Kong.
Hong Kong, yeah.
Right. And now, who's the guy you're talking about? Julian Assange. Yeah. He's in Brazil now. Is that where he?
I think so. I think that's right.
Anyway, I am not a fan of this guy. I think this is more about ego than it is about anything else.
Which rolls back into our first topic of hipsterdom.
You're saying that you're purporting that the Edward Snowden situation is a product of the hipster movement?
He is probably, in my opinion, just a douchebag crybaby that grew up with his mom telling him how great he was all his life, and so he's not going to listen to other people who have earned their positions to be able to tell you what you need to do, and just is so self-involved and narcissistic that he is going to pull something like this and then, like you said, 15 minutes of fame, stand over here and hide and wait for the book deals to come in.
Right.
Wait for someone to offer him a podcast.
Look how smart I am.
Yeah.
I'm smarter. I got the U.S. government.
I won.
You didn't? Okay. Well,
winning a game that nobody's playing. Cocksucker.
All right. Next topic.
Next topic. I'll grab this one.
I am going to get drunker.
Queens of the Stone Age.
Ah.
Brand new CD.
Okay. Do we have an example of this?
You were jazzed about it the other day.
I was. I'm super jazzed about it.
It turned me on to make me go get it, and there they are. They showed up in my. I got the.
It's like he's really. It's like Josh Homme is really here when you hold that up. Like,
he
you sound like one of the Fat Albert gang.
I was gonna say one of the Muppets. He is a big motherfucker.
Yeah, he's like 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah. He's like Will Ferrell size.
Yeah,
Brian size.
I do have a certain amount of admiration for him in the sense that he's one of those people where if and when there was a heckler or somebody booing, or somebody did not care for the set, somebody had any sort of complaint, he never really called security on anybody. He would just jump down, throw his guitar off, and just go to town.
Thump it out.
Yep.
Let's settle it.
That's a big angry redhead. That's a mean ginger. I like that, and I think it comes through in the music.
Yeah, definitely. Love that.
I just I'm not a big fan of. I'm not a well. I mean, I do like Radiohead, but I'm not a Coldplay fan.
Mm-hmm.
There's a huge band out there right now, the National. I'm not a National fan.
Okay. Not familiar with them.
It's I wouldn't expect you to. It's just, again, I'm exposed to more of this than you. Exactly. I don't want to be.
Yeah.
I don't want to be.
I have some Purell.
I'm gonna have to bathe my entire car in it. What's another terrible band that is really popular? I don't know. Women love this band, Mumford and Son.
I've seen them on the award shows, and that's it.
Okay. A lot of Depression era caps and suspenders and banjos, and I like my banjo, man.
Yeah.
But I like it in the context of folk or country. I don't want you to pretend that you're going to rock out. You're going to rock my socks off with a banjo. It doesn't belong to me. I don't. It's not my thing. I don't think it's cute.
Unless you're Kermit.
Yeah. But he wasn't trying to, blast out
That's true.
hot licks on a fucking banjo.
He wasn't top 40.
No, he was playing 3 chords. Dun 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 dun.
Hush, you. Don't take up for Kermit.
And Josh Homme, Queens of Stone Age, it's straightforward rock and roll. I've always enjoyed it. I don't know if you're familiar with one of his side projects, the Eagles of Death Metal.
No. Oh, that sounds like me all over it, though.
It's just it's about sex and being sexy, and
it is about me.
It's like they wrote. It is. They wrote they had an album about you. That's really what I prefer. I don't like a lot of. There's not a lot of super modern music. Everybody is always telling me, certain people I work with, younger kids, are always telling me about, you got to listen to this band. I'm like, that's fine if you like it. I'm just never going to be.
Yeah. I'm not against it. I've got so much momentum behind me right now. Don't try to steer me somewhere else. I'm setting my ways.
Right. I'm about jumping on girls' bones and rocking socks. I don't want to. This is holding hands music. Yeah. I'm not into that.
Yeah.
We're not. That's watching a movie and holding
skating.
It's just not. It's not. I don't. It's not cute to me. I don't care. Exactly. I'm all about that. If you, I don't know if you can, if you're watching this podcast, but he did the international sign.
Oh yeah,
For
I
what
forgot.
chicks love.
For our listeners, that was the image of holding hands.
But yes, he was. It's proposing, where you make a ring with your thumb and forefinger.
And you put it off and on
Right.
the incorrect finger.
That's right. On the
Or correct finger.
I don't know.
yeah, there.
They'll be debating that for years.
Years.
What's the correct?
That'll
finger?
outlast us all. Queens of the Stone Age is a winner. I'm gonna listen to it a few more times.
Okay.
I didn't have enough time to do my homework, but they can't do wrong.
Sure.
What got me into him years ago was Dave Grohl, Foo Fighters. I'm a big Foo Fighters guy. Foo Fighters are in my ears daily, and that's turned me on to them.
Don't you live your life like a Foo Fighter?
I do. Fighting Foo every day.
All right. We want the next subject?
I guess so. Did
Okay.
you grab that one, or did I?
You did that.
Okay.
I haven't been able. You wouldn't allow me to touch these.
I didn't.
Oh. This looks like Mark's handwriting. Paula Dean.
Dean. N-word.
Paula Dean and the N-word. I'm not surprised that
No.
she said she looks like the type of person to say the N-word. When I hear her talking about something as simple as making mashed potatoes,
Yes.
I just in her mind she's constantly saying the N-word.
Exactly like Snoop.
Yeah,
It's just gonna roll out.
Just all over it. But in my mind, like he's just saying it more as that's more punctuation, and she's just saying it. I feel in the context of her making these mashed potatoes, she just loves saying it. It doesn't have to point to anything.
Almost
or,
like Tourette's.
yeah, it's just
Just that.
and these N-word mashed potatoes, N-word are so N-word creamy. Like that doesn't. I would say fucking before I said.
Yeah.
You know,
It could be her
oh N-word. These are so.
N-word. I just cut my finger.
What are these? Hey, your N-word kids are running all over the house. Just put them in the side room. Let them play in that big pile of money I have.
So what's gonna happen to her? Do we know?
Oh, she already got her show yanked, and she's lost some sponsors. I'm sure she'll be fine. White people are always laying their feet, so I'm not really.
Like cats.
They are. Winston Churchill said that in his famous speech in 1958. He said, "White people are like cats. They often land on their feet and are fun to cuddle with." Aren't you married to a white woman?
I think so.
Yeah. So there you go.
For a while. Hopefully.
Good job.
Bagged one. Bagged
And
one
you
of the
would
other
say,
ones.
did she like how many times have you pushed her down, and she always seems to.
Went on her feet.
Yeah, it's just like, ha!
Got me.
Fuck you, Mark Jones.
Like a
Whenever she gets back, we gotta try and push her over and see.
she pops back up.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Okay.
White people are really they're good,
Resilient.
They're gonna be
Like roaches. They adapt.
yeah.
And they come back.
White people have a lot of hardships in this country, but they have always seemed to pull themselves up by their bootstraps.
They,
Yeah, so I'm not gonna worry about them.
yeah.
I'm not gonna worry about Paula Dean.
Bigger.
She
better
did have a
things.
super good. It was like a hybrid of like a pecan pie with fucking chocolate chips and the shit. It looked so good. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, it would kill a diabetic. But other than that,
I don't doubt the bitch can cook.
yeah.
My God.
And I don't doubt that she loves saying nigger a lot. You can just tell.
In her sleep.
Right. When she's taking off her wig at night, she's getting ready. She's like, "Oh, there's some nigger left in there." She's got the end. Oh, man, it's coming out of her pores. I do. I kind of read the reports and I saw it. I mean, I get it that she apologized and stuff, but I really do think if she did not have the same, if she had a show on a different network that was totally fine with her saying the N-word, she would have apologized.
Yeah, that's true.
you know. But I just
She would have said, "N-word, please." Get over your shit.
that's I mean, I don't know. The N-word is such a hotbed topic. It's so ingrained in every, you know, like how do you wipe it out totally, you know? Black people love to say it.
Mm-hmm.
White people obviously love to say it. I don't know.
The best ambassador for it is Samuel L. Jackson. Him, well, or is he the F word?
The F word.
That's his word more than
You know,
anything.
but you were talking about Snoop Dogg earlier. Snoop Dogg actually is he's part of a large group of people that said that they're not going to say it anymore.
He did. I wasn't invited to that meeting.
I'll send. Yeah, it's pretty big every year. I can get you in.
Okay.
Can you wear something different though? Can you not? Can I dress up white?
Snoop has a reggae CD out that I got a while back.
Are you listening to that?
I listened to it once. Burned a couple calories doing that. Haven't gone back to it though.
Now, what's it? Is it a coaster in the kitchen now? What is it?
I honestly don't know where it is. I think I ripped it on the computer and then
Yeah.
played it in the car.
And now Lily is eating popcorn off it or something.
Probably so. Yeah.
Okay.
Whipping it like a throwing star.
It makes a really cool, like mirrored,
Like a
rear view mirror hanger. Do you still do that?
No.
Oh damn! Remember when people did that?
Yeah.
Why did they do that? That's not.
I remember seeing the like the Crown Royal bag hanging off the mirror.
Oh yeah.
Before you put your change in there and your
Mm-hmm.
roaches, shit.
Or every beaded necklace
Yeah.
you got from Cancun.
There, yeah,
Yeah.
just hanging on the.
Yeah,
My goodness.
it's good. It just means you're human. All right, we're moving on.
I think so.
Okay.
I hope we did the Queens of the Stone Age justice.
We got way off topic.
You can't. I mean, they're just great. We can't emphasize
They're
that.
good
Yeah.
and
Great. That's about it.
that's the perfect. You want to keep that in there. All right.
The new no tipping movement. I haven't heard of this. This is
Okay.
news to me.
Again, I still work in the service industry, and there is a young lady who writes for Esquire magazine, named Elizabeth Gunnison Dunn,
Really?
and she wrote an article.
So this isn't local. This is
No, this is on a national level.
holy shit. Okay.
This is 100%. Yeah, you can look it up.
Okay.
Um,
I trust you. I'm
Sure.
gonna do some homework while you're
I'll
talking.
get to her article and the purpose of her article here in a second. There is kind of a movement in this country right now. Exactly, just like your little things says it, on no tipping. Like people are now questioning it. For years, people have tipped whatnot, and people were asking, why are we tipping? What am we? They're challenging the classic practice of tipping 18 to 20%.
This is a big issue.
It kind of is.
Lord.
I had no idea that there were going to be that many hits
Yeah,
on
look
it,
at
but
that.
she wrote an article. Look at this, and I understand. I don't know. Basically, my feeling is, if you don't want to tip, then I have the same sentiment as any other bartender or server, or whatever. Then maybe you should stay at home and cook your own food. If you do want to come out to a restaurant and have somebody wait on you, and guide you around the menu, ask you answer your questions, then come out to a restaurant and then be prepared to tip. I read an interesting thing. Somebody, I forget who wrote it, but their basic thing was, if you are one of these people who loves to stand by, much like the Steve Buscemi in
Yeah, that's what I was
Reservoir
gonna
Dogs.
say.
If you are one of those people that say, I don't tip and I don't believe in tipping, and if you're that staunch supporter, then when you go out to a restaurant or a bar, before you order your drinks, tell the bartender or server that you don't tip. Have the balls to say something,
Yeah.
and see how well it goes for you. Because if you have much like what Steve Buscemi was talking about in Reservoir Dogs, if you really believe that it's if by tipping you're setting back the suffragist movement, or you're setting back people in the service industry. You're setting them back 100 years, basically to say that you're basically negotiating their pay. Then tell the person that that you're going to do
Say it up front.
Right.
Say it with your words. Say it with your face. Don't say it by sneaking out afterwards with no tip.
Because that means you're just a cheap ass.
Yeah.
But if you tell me straight,
if you have a stand and you're actually saying something,
right, then say it.
Yeah.
Just like we were talking about with the Edward Snowden thing. Anything else? I totally respect your opinion, but tell me.
Yeah.
So that I can ignore the shit out of you, please.
So I can go take care of the motherfuckers that are going to tip.
So I can say, be quiet, queer. I'm trying to serve this person with money.
Shut up, N-word.
Anyway, Elizabeth Gunnison Dunn.
That's going to come out like I think N-words don't. Fuck. That's the wrong
See
road.
how easy it is?
It's the wrong road to go down.
Oh.
Okay.
Elizabeth Gunnison Dunn wrote an article for Esquire, and then basically she was basically saying that her angle was that you're basically taking people who work very hard for their money. She was not saying that people don't deserve the kind of money they make, but she was basically saying that in this day and age they should be paid a living wage, something that is commensurate with what they do. When somebody guides you and says that this wine is this, what are you looking for? Or somebody recommends something, or somebody can make you look like a god in front of a group of girls, something that a really good bartender does.
Yeah.
Or a server does. Her basic thing was, we should outlaw it, and we should outlaw tipping and just pay these people what they're worth. And I get it. But I think when you write an article like that in a magazine like Esquire, I think that's something that people tend to gloss over and just see the title and maybe read the first paragraph and think, oh, it's in Esquire magazine. This is one of my favorite men's magazines. I'm just not going to tip anymore.
Not tipping.
I think it sets a dangerous precedent. I don't care for that stuff. Like I said, if you don't want to tip, tell me ahead of time.
If it's an idea or a belief, or you have some weight behind it.
Right. I'm not a millionaire. But I pay all my bills off tips.
No, definitely.
I put other strippers through college on the money.
Definitely.
That I make. I like a good booty shaking.
Who
I
doesn't?
like to see some titty. They deserve that money too, and I can't. The money has to everything's a step. It has to come from you, and then I take this. And
It's basic economics.
it's Reaganomics, isn't it? This is the trickle down.
Trickle down your leg.
That's yeah.
I wasn't aware of that at all. Good topic.
It really is, and I'm as somebody who's bartended in a few different decades now. It's getting worse, man. It's just. And I don't have. There was a time where I was more patient, and I could actually explain to people, hey, look, man.
Yeah.
I don't really get paid a lot to be here, and I'm being nice to you. So could you please do me? I'm not asking for I'm not asking for $20. Just a little buck every time I get you something. Just hook me up,
Yeah.
And certainly I'll be nice to you. There's things I can do. You can always make somebody look great in front of girls. That's, I always do guys a service whenever a guy orders a Cosmopolitan or any kind of martini. I will always serve you a Budweiser. I'm
not gonna let you go down that road.
No, you're a dude. Just don't. It's not cute.
They have estrogen in them. That's why you shouldn't drink them.
And you look like a queer. Also, I don't know.
That was what I was saying.
Oh, okay.
Code.
We're saying the same thing. I'm not a good listener.
Different languages.
I don't have to be. Sorry. I don't like it.
I don't either, and I'm not even. Or I'm gonna say I'm not affected by it. I don't know.
Clicking the hell out of it.
I don't know. It's brand new to me, and
They're
I'm offended.
I see kids coming out to the bars, and it's just they're perfectly fine. What I don't care for is when somebody thanks me, and they thank me more than once. And I'm like, thank you so much, thank you. I make you a lot of drinks, whatever. And I see you sign out. That's also another thing. Debit cards is a big thing. Certainly, I still carry cash everywhere I go when I go out, and nobody starts tabs. They get their drinks and they tab out immediately. You know, they don't leave the tab open, and then they'll come back and open it again. It's just, I don't think nobody's teaching them proper responsibility with debit cards.
Money doesn't exist to them. It's all plastic. They've
all
grown
plastic.
up. Yeah.
Right.
Just
It's
handing
very
this
weird.
over. Yeah.
Yeah. But they'll say, thank you so much. And then no tip on the tip card. And I still stop people for every now and again. I'm like, I know you just turned 21, 22, whatever you are now.
10 minutes ago.
Right. Let me tell you how this works. You know, I could make the worst drinks ever for you. I could pour water in these things and charge you, you know. But I didn't. I took the time. I really made these the best I know how to make them. They're going to be tasty. Were they not tasty? You know, I'll do a little show with it, you know. Put on a little. I didn't do all that. Just, you know, throw me $3.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
I'm not asking for.
I'm not a robot. You didn't Google the recipe for these drinks and they appeared in front of you.
Sure.
I mean, let's have some human interaction.
Right.
Take your place in the world and interact with other people.
That's
my take on it. I see things as a bigger picture and a bigger problem. It's again another bit of self-involvement and just me.
That fucking internet.
Am I wrong? Is that
no?
is that
I
a weird...
completely no. I completely agree. There are
basically what we're saying is kids today.
Kids. That's exactly what we're saying. They don't understand. They don't appreciate human contact. No, I agree. And you know, we kind of touched on this on a few of the other topics. Kids are just getting raised by computers online.
Yeah.
Certainly, I think, you know, as human beings, we do have a fascination with TV screens, with active screen. Look at us. We're sitting here doing this podcast.
How many
We
screens
both
are in front
have
of
a
us?
Fucking iPod and iPhone. We don't need any of this shit. But
This is the most fun I have is sitting here exchanging shit with you. It's just the most fun I've had in a long time.
talking shit. And but there are these kids that just don't understand the human interaction anymore. And again, like the tipping thing, if you don't think these drinks are good or I'm not worth it, stay home and see, you know, have a party at your house every weekend and see how much fun that is. You know,
save some dough, go to the liquor store and have your shit. You know,
I love house parties, but can you clean your own house?
Exactly.
You know,
I gotta mop up your puke.
right.
You
Fix your own broken furniture. You know, try and do this at your house every fucking weekend and see how well it
for
goes
nothing for a thank you.
Right. Because I will come to your house and I will drink up all. Literally, I will drink up all your shit and I will tell you.
I've seen
Thank
it.
you. I will pee in your cat box. I'm sorry, Pavan Palapu, as we approach our 20-year reunion, Bishop Kelly. I apologize for peeing in your cat box. I still think it was funny.
He doesn't mean it. He loved it. I think it's funny too.
It was fucking hilarious. I know what funny is by now. And that was fucking hilarious. Pavan Palapu, I'm sorry. I pissed everybody. But let me just say this in my defense. One, it was funny. There was a gentleman named Pavan Palapu who I graduated Bishop Kelly with, and he was not a super party guy, but everybody comes out of their shell their senior year, you know, and he decided he was going to have a party at his house, and everybody went over, his parents are out of town, whatever, and you know, high school parties they're just the worst.
Disaster.
Nobody has any manners about. It's really, nobody says, let's try and have a great time. Let's, hang out with friends. Everybody's like, I cannot wait to fuck up so-and-so's house.
It's the basis for thousands of movies.
Yeah. John Hughes has built an entire fucking career.
Definitely. What else we got? Anything? This is probably just going to be a wrap-up.
Sorry, Pavan Palapu. Ultimately, it wasn't funny, I guess.
Hey, I'll buy you a beer this weekend.
I'll buy you. You won't be there. If it's, and I will settle this like any conflict. If it hurts your feelings that much, just fight me.
You can pee in his.
I can only apologize one time, and then this is it. And then if you're still upset, I will fuck you up.
Or you'll fuck him up, and
you're probably some super tough dude now. I can only imagine.
Some MMA fighter.
Yeah.
Either way. It'll be settled. It's over. Move forward. There's a reason the windshield is bigger than the rearview mirror.
Oh, is that who said that?
I have no
The
idea.
James Joyce.
Could be.
That's beautiful.
I have no idea who said that.
Can we have a poetry corner? There we go. On this fucking thing.
Want to be part of the show? Have a topic you want discussed? We welcome your comments or suggestions. Join the conversation at www.drinkswithmarkandrich.com and like us on Facebook and subscribe to us on iTunes.